Again, we are tracking one significant thunderstorm right now with reports of tennis ball size hail as well as rotation being seen on the storm west of Salina, still just a bit outside the viewing area. You can see these little kind of notchy areas on the thunderstorm. That's where we're seeing rotation with it. And you see where the red and green come together. The red is the areas where the air is moving away, or I should say not the air as much as the actual parts of the storm, the raindrops and everything moving one direction, the others kind of coming back toward the radar. And that gives us that circulation showing up in the storm. We'll put a track on that portion of it. Now the hail would be a little farther north, but the circulation moving toward Elm Creek, moving toward Bennington, moving toward Dayton as it continues to lift off to the north. That put it near or just north of Salina, eventually on to near or just north of Abilene. So it's still outside the viewing area, but getting closer. And as it makes its way farther to the east, we'll obviously have a concern for our western counties if it can hold together as the temperatures start to drop a little bit in the evening and become maybe a little bit slightly less favorable for storms, but the rotation capability would still be there. A couple of isolated showers south of Marysville, between Marysville and Oldsburg, in and around Havensville and Onega, and then a few showers to the east of Seneca right now. Large area in blue under the tornado watch until 11 o'clock, but the tornado warning includes northwestern Saline County back to about Ellsworth, and that goes until 6 p.m. this evening. Severe thunderstorm warning on the northern portion of that storm. That includes southern Ottawa County. Right now that is moving off to the east-northeast at about 30 miles per hour. You can see those thunderstorms developing through central Kansas as we continue to track them, but notice how much they're really now focusing all together as just one cell. Right there, there's another one up to the northwest of Concordia, but just one that's really got our attention at this point. Aside from that, things are rather quiet farther to the east, showery weather, but the activity in central Kansas is what we're going to be watching very closely through the evening. A look at KSNT Future Track should start to expand out a little bit more between now and 8 p.m. and a couple of bands of thunderstorms. Some of these will be strong to severe through the evening hours as well. And then by midnight, everything's off to the east. Some clouds may return early tomorrow, and then we kind of clear out again and we start to look for the potential for the setup that we've got for Tuesday. This time the storms initially will be farther south, but will start to lift into the area. All this green shaded area will be where the risk for storms is. It's not a completely different setup now as what we've got today, but some similarities or some differences as well. I think this one has the potential in some ways to be a stronger round of thunderstorms with tornado, hail, and wind all possible. That does not mean at this point that it's a guaranteed tornado outbreak, so kind of keep in mind Tuesday has the potential. Several things need to come together. One of them would also just be how widespread the storms are and will they become isolated, because if we get too many thunderstorms, they end up forming in line segments and the tornado risk diminishes. But when they stay individualized, that's what we're going to be watching through central Kansas to see how individualized they are as they approach northeast Kansas. As far as the fuel, the humidity they need to survive, look at this green area as we start to get humid to muggy late Monday evening into Monday night, Tuesday. It looks like moisture is no longer a concern. Initially, we thought maybe it would be only for the southern counties. Now it looks like it'll be in place for all areas as we head through Tuesday evening. Cloudy skies over Junction City right now. Also a mostly cloudy sky as we look across the Little Apple. We've seen those showers nearby. A little bit more in the way of clear over Topeka, but you can see the clouds off to the west. 79 degrees and a strong south-southeast wind still at 24 miles per hour. And temperatures upper 70s to near 80 degrees for a large part of the area. Once that rain moves out tonight, and that cloud cover builds back in at times on Monday. Watch as the moisture moves northward, maybe a stray shower in the morning as it sets up on Tuesday. But late Tuesday evening, here comes a scattering of thunderstorms Tuesday evening into later Tuesday night. And that's the concern for the potential for severe weather on Tuesday. Your 7-day forecast. 80 degrees tomorrow, 79 with a chance for, we'll call it PM storms again, at about a 60% chance of that coverage. Some of those would likely become strong to severe, and that round certainly needs to be watched very closely late in the day on Tuesday, followed by a little cooling as we head late in the week and into next weekend, but also looks a little rainy and stormy as we head into next weekend as well. At this point, that is not the setup as much for severe weather. It is more so as we head into, well, obviously tonight, but also Tuesday.
Well, it looks like you and the Storm Track team have a lot of work ahead of you.
That's right. With several of our Storm Track teams are out on those storms. The one coming into Salina, we've got 2 teams out on it as well. We'll be watching it all evening.
All right. Thank you, Matt.